Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by the new Winamp for Android, featuring wireless sync and one-click iTunes import. Now with free daily music downloads and full-length CD listening parties. Download it for free at winamp.com/Android. Video bandwidth for the weekly Daily GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. This is the weekly Daily GizWiz with Mad Magazine's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. Episode 1329, recorded August 27th, 2011. The weekly Daily GizWiz is brought to you by Squarespace.com, the fast and easy way to create a high-quality website or blog. For a free trial and 10% off your new account for 6 months, visit Squarespace.com and use the offer code GizWiz8.
And now, get ready for Dick.
Ladies and gentlemen, batten down the hatches. It's time for the Hurricane Edition of the Daily GizWiz.
The weekly show is on. What on earth could go wrong? Now it's 6 hours long. The weekly Daily GizWiz. It just rolls off the tongue. The weekly Daily GizWiz. With more gadgets than one. The weekly Daily GizWiz. Now 6 hours too long. The weekly Daily GizWiz. But it's just as dumb.
Hello, Dickie D.
Leo, how are you, buddy?
I am so great. How are you today, my friend?
I am dry.
But not,
And
your boat
I
is
hate to
not.
say that way.
Holy
My
cow.
boat.
This is our Hurricane Edition.
Exactly. It's due around midnight. And there you go. There are people. You must abandon the dock by 6 p.m. What is that man doing in front of my boat? Oh, okay.
This is a shot via drop cam from your boat.
Exactly. You know, seriously, they sent out a notice. You cannot stay at the marina past 6 p.m. And I have a neighbor who doesn't like that kind of stuff. And he said, what if I stay on my boat? And they said, at 6:01, we'll send the cops to arrest you.
Wow.
So,
And they'll be mad because you're endangering their lives to save you.
yeah.
And I think that's reasonable that they'd be kind of angry about that.
Exactly. So then I was thinking, oh, I wish I could see my boat. And then I go, wait, my drop cam just looks out my window at Disneyland. So I
Exactly.
ran down yesterday, hooked it up, and it's looking good.
Not only can we
So
see it, but we can hear it. And I actually am kind of enjoying, I think you should make a soundtrack. The peaceful, relaxing sounds of Dick's boat as it goes down to
So
Davy
if anything
Jones'
goes
locker.
off now, I know it's Glenn that's doing it.
Is that
Okay.
do you know that guy?
Yeah, he's my next door neighbor.
Oh, that's so funny because he keeps he looks like he's like emptying the trash or something.
Yeah, well, what it is he's a little panicky, and he's trying to take stuff off his boat just in case.
So in case you're tuning in and wondering what's going on, there's a fairly hefty hurricane headed Dick's way, Hurricane Irene. Have you been
Irene.
Have you been through
Well,
something like this
Leo,
before?
In 1992, there was a fierce northeaster that the tide was so high. I had the houseboat back then. The tide was so high, the lines from my houseboat went down under the water
Oh boy.
because the water was over most of the depth of the pilings. And that is the worst case scenario.
Because it could pull
on
the
a-
boat under, right?
It could pull the boat under, or a big wave can go by and the boat can ride up and come down on a piling,
Ooh.
which would go right through the bottom.
Oh dear.
That was really scary. So I'm hoping that this is not as scary.
Well, right now it's not too bad. I mean, there's obviously a little wind, the boat's tossing. There's some rain, which we hear, and it's actually, you should make, if I were you, I'd make one of those Dream Machine soundtracks out of it. This is very, very peaceful.
It is very peaceful. It's easy to fall asleep on the boat. And, earlier we were talking about, we're getting ready to see the pictures of all the reporters standing in the worst possible location.
They always do that, don't they?
Leo, there was Ted Koppel years ago on ABC, I think it was Nightline, did a little 7-minute thing about how important dramatizing weather is for stations.
Yes.
And his staff found a video clip. It's one of my favorite video clips. The guy's reporting, and the wind is so fierce, it's pulling his pants down. So what he does, they leave the mic on and they leave the camera on. He backs up 5 feet where it suddenly becomes dead calm. He adjusts his pants and then he walks forward. So evidently they must have found some buildings or something where there was a Venturi effect with the wind. And it was the funniest thing.
It just shows you that it's these guys. I'm
showbiz.
taking my life. It's showbiz. Yeah, you know what? That's all you have to say. It's showbiz.
And the poor people, when they send them there 13 hours early, I know this.
Any minute now, this little berg will be deep under the waves.
This will be a roaring ship could ride up and knock me over.
Now, this is a Cat 1, which is not a strong hurricane. It's kind of the weakest you can get, but it's just that it's hitting Manhattan dead on. Is that why it's an issue?
Yes, it's hitting. Fortunately, the last weather forecast, it was moving slightly more toward Long Island. The big problem
Good.
is
Let
that,
Dr. Mom suffer.
Oh, right. The big problem is lower Manhattan and the fact that it's new moon, and new moon is astronomical high tides. And the storm surge at one time was predicted to be 6 to 12 feet.
Right.
Now it's half that. And if that happens, in 1992, the Hudson River was even with Riverside Park. So if it goes higher than that, the park will flood.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a mess.
So it's not the winds that are terrible. It's just that it's where it's hitting, and then the fact that it's a very large storm, and it's going to carry a lot of rain. They're saying about 8 or 9 inches of rain for you.
Exactly. And we had one of the wettest months on record, and so the ground is not equipped to absorb more moisture.
It is weird weather. We're having weird weather.
Yeah.
We're going to get
what
to
do
you.
70 and sunny.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. Hey, it's California. Why do you think I live in California, dude? Hey, did you notice something about the... I'm going to leave, by the way. I'm going to leave the sound from the boat on the soundtrack here because it sounds like you're in, just pleasant. It sounds like we're doing this whole show in a boat.
Good.
With the
I'm
rain
taking
coming
2
down.
of every gadgets and abandoning ship.
Dick's Ark. Did you notice anything in this shot? Anything unusual? Anything particularly different?
Wait a minute.
Look carefully.
Between us,
Yes.
there's a sundial.
Right here.
Oh, did you get that? Did you get the delivery already?
I did. And then look.
Last week,
I
my
got the
video of
Kickerland.
week,
Yeah.
the Kickerland gear clocks.
And not only did I get the big one, I got the little one. I like them both because, gears and clocks are a theme of the TWiT Brick House. You see a gear right behind me here. You see 2 clocks on either side. I mean, this is already a theme. So when you found those, I said, that's fantastic. Now, I have to say, they're kind of cheesy plastic, but they look good. They're perfect for TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the funny thing was, Dennis and I walked through all the gift show, and we're walking out, and I said, there's no video of the week here. And right at the front of the convention center is the Kickerland booth. And I go, wait a minute.
Now
I see gold.
So I bought both of them. This big one, I think, was $60 or $70. And what's fun about this is that gears are always moving, but what it's changing is that big gear. So the hour is moving. So it points to the hour of the day. So it's not a super accurate clock, but it's very cool. And if you look closely, you can see the gears moving always. So there's always a little bit of movement in the picture. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I remember knowing that there were some fake gears in there, so that there would always be movement.
It looks like it looks like more is going on perhaps than is actually going on. They don't need all of these gears to make the hands move. But it's pretty cool, I have to say. I really like it. And then another update, briefly. You remember last week I did my X100 camera, and I was sad because the case that I bought for it hadn't come. This is the case. Now it really does look like your old Brownie, doesn't it? I mean, this is a beauty. It really
does. You have just reduced the value of it even more.
Not really, because the case is a couple $100. I got it used for $99, but a used leather case is better. But this is my dad had a camera that looked just like this. The case would come off just like this. It would go around. It snapped on the bottom, and I can remember many a picture with my dad taking pictures like this with his old Kodak camera in this leather case. So I think this is just kind of really fun. This stealth camera, very state-of-the-art technology in an absolute 1960s brown leather case. Isn't that great?
What was the model of that again?
It's the Fujifilm X100. Insanely overpriced camera, the Diva camera, as Chris Marquardt calls it. But I have been getting good pictures.
There's a Thai restaurant near here called Land, and I often wondered, gee, I hope this guy is making money. And Leo, it was so funny. Monday, he's walking out of the restaurant wearing that camera.
Oh, he's making money, baby.
I know. I said, is that the Fujifilm 100? And he said, yeah, and I have the case.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah, you got to be crazy to have this in the case.
The camera's genuine, he said, but he bought a fake case. A knockoff case.
This might as well. I mean, you know, this is the actual case, but at $99, but it's nice. It's sewn leather, and it feels nice. It protects the camera. The main reason I got this is because it's a really good. It's not a SLR, but it's a really good camera that doesn't look like. It looks like you're kind of a doofus from 1960 visiting, so I can sneak up on people.
When they run around stealing cameras, you'll be scot-free.
Anyway, a couple of updates on previous gadgets from previous shows.
Oh, Leo, one update. I have to thank Jamma B and Alex for setting me up. I attended last Sunday's party virtually.
Wasn't that fun?
Leo, that was the most fun I ever had at a cocktail party.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, so Dick came in via Skype. We set you up on actually one of these monitors, just like you're seeing right here, with a camera on top of it.
Right. And they put a tray underneath.
I was giving him food, drink.
And Alex sent me a photo of what the glasses looked like, and I got a pretty similar glass at this end so that people could hand me something virtually, and I would reach under the monitor and come back with it. It was so... And you know what? A lot of people didn't realize it was a live feed, and your wife walked by and said, "Hey, Jen!"
Oh, she must have jumped.
Can you see me? Can you hear me? I said, yes. She said, can you wait there a minute? I wanted to introduce you to some friends. So she ran and got friends. I was there for 3.5 hours, but the best part was when it was time to go, I was home.
It was the
TSA.
Best way to party, I tell you.
It was great.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, and thanks to Jammer B and everybody for setting you up there, I'll tell you. Just checking in on your boat. It's now officially 6 p.m. On the East Coast, which means now the marina is being locked up, right?
The marina, we should see no more people walking around outside of marina personnel. And if I see anybody on my boat, I'm going down there. If I say, Leo, I'll be right back, you know someone's on my boat. I'm
going to jump back in time a little bit because I think just a minute or two ago we saw somebody run by. I have to jump back and see if we could actually see him run. This is what's great about the drop cam is it's got a kind of built-in video recorder, and you can see what's going on. So this was... a minute or two ago, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody go running out the gate last minute. It's probably your neighbor, right?
Well, I know they didn't have my drop cam because it's, my neighbor.
There he goes. He's running out of there. Last chance. Literally 30 seconds left.
He made it. He made it.
There. Was that your neighbor?
I think that was actually one of the dock people.
Oh, okay.
My neighbor was wearing a yellow slicker.
That's right. Yes, he had a slicker. So, well, Dick, we're just boy, I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for your boat, and I hope everything's okay. And
thank you so much.
I love it that we have the drop cam and we can watch.
I love it too. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
This is back live now, and so it's all closed down. So when does the storm hit you though? Not till later tonight, right?
At midnight. It's supposed to midnight and out by 10 a.m. And the
fitting.
worst is around 2 in the morning. So
Wow.
I'll be up.
I'll be awake. Well, let's get to our gadgets so that you can get out of here. Do you have all the emergency supplies? I know you're the king of emergency supplies.
Oh, what are you kidding? I charged up my power dome, and I'm waiting for, I have my relief pod, and I'm hoping something happens.
You're hoping disaster happens because you can use all this crap. What's your first? What's your first gadget?
I'll probably open my freeze-dry food and find out it expired in 1999. But hey, I got it.
I love it. What's your first gadget of the day, Dick?
Okay, my first gadget is something called Perfect Switch. And Leo, I sent you a picture. If you can open that file, or it might be just sitting in the email without even having to open the file. Okay, so, Dennis is a graphic artist. Dennis lives upstairs, and I keep talking about how great the TWiT brick houses and the studios and stuff. He said, "I'm going to make you a surprise for Disneyland, something new, so that you have something new for your studio."
And this was
This is it. So this is a backlit, glowing version of my logo. And unfortunately, there's a work light behind that screen I forgot to shut off. Otherwise, it's totally black, and that thing glows as you open the door. And the problem is the way it's wired, there's no on-off switch. And I thought, you know what? I got an ad this past week for Perfect Switch. And Perfect Switch is a little thing that goes in the outlet. You plug the gadget in here, in that case, the GizWiz lighted logo. And then, according to them, this goes anywhere within 33 feet and will turn that device on or off with a little push of the button.
Well, that's cool.
Well, yes and no. First of all, I've never seen... So we know lots of gadgets come without batteries. This comes without a battery. However, it takes a 2032 battery.
What's
now, what
that?
were they thinking?
Those. God, you got to go to like Radio Shack to find those.
I happen to have a ton of them because the GizWiz LED hats take 2032
Those
batteries.
are the lithium. They look like a dime batteries.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I had a bunch of them, and I plugged it in, and click, 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 nothing, 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 click. I keep getting closer and closer with the transmitter, nothing, 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 and then I get right up against the transmitter and click it, then it goes on. So now I realize the range is not 33 feet, but maybe 10 feet, and it's line of sight. So my plan was to have this next to the front door, so as I entered, I could hit my logo on, but the power cord for the logo is hidden behind the sign, so this won't work. Then I went on Amazon and I said, well, let me see what other people think about them. Another problem is, evidently, most of them have the exact same code. So if you have 6 of these, when you push one of them, everything will go on. If it happens to be in a range and feels like going on.
So this isn't exactly a rave review for this product.
No, it's not. I tell you, it ends up working out for
that.
You know what? I already rigged it. What it is now the switch is behind that black screen, and when I walk in, I just reach behind the screen, hit it, and it works fine. But
so doesn't that scare you in the middle of the night to wake up and there's your logo shining at you?
Yeah, well, that's why I don't sleep in this room.
Oh, okay. Actually, that room would be hard to sleep in. Everything glows in that room.
Oh, Leo, I can shut everything off, and if you open the door, you said, what is this, the 787 Dreamliner? There's so many pilot lights.
We could take off in this room. Yeah.
Yes. So it's all over Amazon, anywhere from $5 to $10. It does work, but it's kind of crappily built, but it does work. It's called Handy Trends Perfect Switch. And I got it on deal of the day. It was $5 and free shipping, so I'm not out that much.
And this is such a nice gift from Dennis.
Yeah, isn't that neat? Yeah.
Does that is it on a stand or?
No, he mounted it so that it's away from the wall and you don't see how it's mounted.
Clever. Clever.
Yeah.
I know why he did that. You were jealous because I have the big logo floating behind me. And
I talked about the logo. I said, Leo has this big clock, and I have a business card scotch taped to that screen. You're
turning Disneyland into the brick house. I know what you're up to. I see it.
Exactly.
That's great. Gadget number 2.
Gadget number 2 is our video of the week, and it'll be self-explanatory. So roll that video.
Roll the video of the week. Here we go.
Hey, Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz, with our weekly, daily GizWiz.Biz
Oh, dear. He's ready
video.
For something.
Okay, so let me just hit this. Yeah, that's a load-bearing wall. So we got the Craftsman hammer, automatic hammer, got the level here, got the hammer, whoa, got the ruler, the straight edge ruler, got the electric drill here for the hole making, got the saw. In case we make a mistake, we have the nail.
Do not invite this man to your house.
Super deluxe ruler. And then if we have to
this is
plug
Dick the
anything
Builder.
in, we have the extension cord. And today's project is hang this picture. Okay? You know, it's a complicated thing. You just don't throw it up there and hope for the best. If the camera was off, that's what I would do. But do we need all this stuff? No, even the cameraman knows, even Dennis knows, we don't need all this stuff because the gadget of the day today is the Black & Decker all-in-one laser ruler thing. Okay, Black & Decker calls it something different. I think they just call it their all-in-one laser level. Okay, so there's a suction cup on the back. So you put it up, and then you push in on the suction
that's
cup.
neat. Look at that.
Hold it in place. Now, this is a very rough wall with a lot of holes in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also put in the little push pin. And then what I do is we're going to make a straight line. So how do we do that?
They give you the push pin, by the way.
Oh, it comes with push pins. All right.
And turn it around because we want to use it this way. Okay, so now I just turn this.
Oh, this is actually
until
cool.
I get a straight line.
Wow, look
so
at that.
So this went green. See, if it was not level, it would go red.
Yeah.
So it goes green.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you can draw a line across there.
Forget the plumb bob.
You have
the
a
chalk line.
So to tell you the truth, we drove a nail in there to save time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang this up on that.
Yeah. Or
and
the
then what
Plum
we can do
Harry.
is we can take this down. This, by the way, attaches magnetically, so you can use them independently. And then what we do is to double check that our picture is level. Let's just move it.
This is actually great.
And now
I'd buy that. Look at that.
Come on, you little devil, you. Let's get it back there.
Well, you're close. It's finicky. It wants to be
really
just right.
Yeah, it's not
There we
bad.
go. So
Look at
it's
that.
Totally level now.
But the next thing is
45
really
bucks.
clever.
Suggested retail. It sells for about 32, 33, 35 bucks, something like
That's
that.
really great.
Black & Decker. And then you can use it without, I'm using, this is the laser part. You can shut it off and just make it a level that will go green when it gets level.
So it's a spirit level, but it has a light in it.
So you know you're down under a washing machine and you can't see the level at the top. You hear beep, 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 and then when it's level, it's a steady tone. So this
great.
is really a handy little guy. I'm just going to end by talking about that photo. That photo appeared in the Daily News many years ago in the Sunday Color
Love
section.
that.
And it was people who had unusual desks. And my
Yes.
desk is a ship hatch that's been restored. I
Captain
actually
Dick.
still use that desk. So Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz. Am I on the level? Am I on the level?
Not
or
even
not?
close.
I never get that.
Not
Okay,
even.
Dick DeBartolo, the GizWiz.
Not even close.
For the weekly daily GizWiz. How much were they again?
You know, what I love about that is a home version of something that the professional builders used here in the TWiT Brick House. I was so impressed when they were putting in the walls in the studio, and we had glass. I had glass put in throughout my office. You know, it's all glassed in. To make sure the door line and the glass line was level, they put one of those on the wall, and it projected all the way around the studio a laser red line that allowed them to make sure that everything not only was level, but also matched exactly in height all the way around. And so this is just a consumer version of something pros have used for some time. I think that's really great. And a good price, too.
Yeah. It put a laser level on all 4 walls?
Yeah, I was really surprised. I came in here, the painters were working and others, and there was suction cup to a wall across the way, this thing, and then I looked around. There was a red laser line all the way around, almost 180 degrees around that thing, so that they could see that not only was everything they were putting in level, but they were all at the same height all the way around. It was actually a very good technique. It really worked quite well. And by the way,
perfect.
everything's going well right now at the yacht harbor. Nothing untoward.
Oh,
It's an update from the boat.
okay.
I like that gadget. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And by the way, Houdini7, he works fast. He has added to the TwitPad application, you know, that he makes 99 cents. It's great. You can watch the live streaming video. He's added the drop cam from here and the Disneyland drop cam to that. So just update your app and you will be able to watch Dick's boat go down when the storm hits.
Oh, here we go again.
Seriously, what? So, no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I don't wish you well. I don't wish you well. I mean, I don't wish you ill. I do wish you well.
Dr. Freud.
I wish the worst and hell happens to you. No, but I'm wondering, I mean, what are you going to do? So you have this picture. It's not like, what are you going to watch your boat fall apart? I mean, what are you going to do?
Okay, if I see that the boat starts moving back and forth dramatically because a line broke or a cleat came out, I'm going to run down and I guess jump over the fence and put another line on it.
Oh.
And try and get out before the cops come.
So you're oh, great. What could possibly go wrong with that, Dick?
With this.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight.
I have a foul weather jacket. I mean,
let me get this straight. If, as you watch on your camera 3 blocks away, something, the hurricane hits and it really is getting bad out there and your boat might go down, you're going to throw on your foul weather jacket, run 3 blocks, jump the fence, go tie up the boat better, and try to get back before the cops catch you. Is that the plan?
Yes, that's the plan. Okay. In disguise. So no.
Well, folks, all I can say is you might want to keep watching the drop cam for the next few hours. It should be entertaining at the very least. Make sure, by the way, Dick, if they do arrest you, make sure you move around in front of the camera, will you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will. I'll say, officer, could you walk down this way just a little and hold the cuffs up a little bit, show them? Okay. That's right. Can I stand on this box so we can see my wrists?
If I become a boat owner, do I have to do something like this?
No.
No.
You can go down with your ship. You can just stand there and watch your ship go down.
Would you do that if the ship were going down? Would you jump on the ship and just go down with it?
No,
good.
Not in that mucky water.
Well, no, nothing bad's going to... You know what? This is like Y2K and everything else. Nothing bad's going to happen. It's going to be fine. You're not evacuating Disneyland, are you?
No, Disneyland is safe and dry as a bone.
So you're far enough away from the water that you don't have to worry about the rising water. You're uptown.
Oh. Yeah, you know, above your park when you were a kid, that's going to go first.
Riverside Park is on the river.
And I'm way uphill from that. So
okay.
No. We need about 100 to 200 foot tidal surge for me to be in
I think
trouble.
you're okay. And you're in a nice, big, sturdy building. You're not in some,
brownstone. Yeah.
It's brownstone. Oh, yeah. That'll be there forever. What zone are you in?
I'm in zone X for excellent. No, they have A, B, and C. I'm not in any of those.
You're not in any zone?
No, I'm in the platinum group. Stay where you are no matter what group.
All right.
I'm good.
This is good. So Dick's going to make this Disneyland drop cam public. You can watch after the show.
Right.
The link we
If
don't.
you're in the chat room, someone already has the link. It's someone on the.
It's dropcam.com/p/little x little s big I big X big N little n. Rewind that fast, and it says. Gadget number 3.
Gadget number 3. All right, it looked a little different in the photo. Now, I know that this just looks like an ordinary ball pen you would put in your pocket.
Sure.
Okay?
Or
Assuming you
something.
had a pocket that was about 11 inches long and you could put something that this big in there.
Yes.
Oh, but it's okay because it's kind of fun. It does work. You know, I buy any crap I can find. Unlike, you know, I buy crap under $50. You buy crap over $50. So when I saw the ad for the LED message pen, again, I thought it was really small, but the LED message pen, now it's probably not going to, let me just see if it's probably, it says Daily GizWiz. And it goes through a couple little motions. It vanishes and then comes back.
Oh, yeah. I can read it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty nifty, especially since it was, what did I pay for this? I think I paid $5 and $3 shipping. So what you can do is you can program up to 4 different messages. Each message can be up to 16 characters long. There's no lowercase. And when you program it, there are 3 buttons. Middle button is to set it, and the mode button. So you hold it down like for a couple seconds, and the LEDs, there'll just be one single flashing box when nothing's programmed there. And then you hit the alphabet, and when you get to the letter you want, you hit the center button that sets it and moves it to the next character until you get your message set, and then you go back to the middle button, hold it for 3 seconds, and that puts it into memory. And I mean, it's just a party thing, but it's kind of fun. It does work as a pen, but this is
kind of big. Holy cow!
Big.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kind of like that fan we had that blows, and you see the message in the fan.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Runs on 3 little pen batteries, AG13s. And, you know, I don't know how long the battery life is, but it's the kind of thing you're going to, at a party, you're going to say, hey, look at this. And they'll read the message and just shut it off till you sucker someone else into saying,
hey, how much did you pay for that?
yeah, how was right?
You've got more money than sense.
So LED message pen, and all over Amazon, and as I said, anywhere from $5 to $10.
I like
So
it.
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So we're going to take a little break. When we come back, it's my turn. Turn the table turkey time and Warehouse Friday time. We also have letters from you, our fine listeners. But before we go any further, I would like very much to tell you about the secret behind exceptional websites, Squarespace.com. I invite you to visit squarespace.com and try it free right now. This is how, by the way, if you go to GizWiz.Biz, that's a Squarespace site. If you go to InsideTwit.tv, that's a Squarespace site. We use Squarespace for our websites because, well, it's a couple of things. It's great hosting. Never goes down. In fact, this storm will be a good test because, of course, Squarespace is in Manhattan. But I can guarantee you their site's not going to go down because they've got such great sophisticated technology. But it's more than just hosting. It's also the best content management system ever. Try it free. All you need is your site name, password, and email address. And for 2 weeks, you have free reign to use all the Squarespace tools like their iPhone and iPad app, free. Like their blog importing and exporting, free. Photo galleries, forums, incredible templates, totally customizable. Their social widgets make it really easy to incorporate Flickr or Twitter or any of your social sites right into your stream. I can just go on and on, but really what I like about this is without any fuss or muss, it's very simple to create your very own Squarespace site. You don't even need a credit card, just the name of the site, a password, and an email address, and you can try Squarespace. Give it a try. Withnail says he used Squarespace to set up bbc.co.uk. How about that? Squarespace.com. And if you decide to buy, the pricing's very affordable. This is hosting plus software. as little as $12 a month. But when you use the offer code GizWiz8, GIZWIZ 8, in the offer code, you get 10% off for the first 6 months of Squarespace. Big additional savings. Squarespace.com. Give it a try today. It's a secret behind exceptional websites. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do something I've never done before on this show. I am gonna get up.
Something good? Okay.
Did I say something good? Did I say something? It's gonna be good? No, I'm gonna get up and I am going to wander. So let me see here. I'm going to switch over to camera 8, which is our live cam, and I'm going to take this microphone with me. I don't know. Is this microphone working? Can you hear me? All right, Dick. I'm going to actually wander out into the studio. We've never done this before. Jeff Stewart's running the camera here. Can you hear me all right? You need to turn him up a little bit so I can hear him. And we got Colin on the board, and I'm going to show you my gadget. Ready for the turn the table turkey?
Yes, yes.
This is cool, huh? You've never really seen it like this before. Well, I think a few of you might have seen this turkey. I am very excited about this. This is a 1961 Collins AM radio transmitter that was given to me by Mike DeRoe, who's a great radio engineer. And this is so beautiful, so slick. Look inside this. He's restored these. What he does is he goes around to radio stations that are going out of business, and they're throwing out, or maybe they're going to a new transmitter. They're throwing out their transmitter. He gets these things, and he does it like a classic car. I mean, he's repainted it. He's kept all the original labels. He's polished up the chrome, and it works. You ready? Should I fire it up?
Yes. Do
all right,
it.
turn it on. I press the on button here, boom, and press the on button here, boom. Now look at these filaments. They're just gorgeous. I mean, this thing...
Oh, old-fashioned tubes.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is how radio transmitters work to this day. This was put in service in 1961 in Jefferson City, Iowa, WDLS, and was used until just a few years ago. And he has done such a beautiful job of restoring this. So, but the way you would use this is you can't use this for AM broadcasting because I'm not an AM radio station, but I can use it for AM transmitting. I can use it as a ham. This is set for the 75-meter band to actually do AM broadcasting. And look what else he gave me. This is a Collins mixer, same vintage era. This is in the old days of radio. You'd flip this to program, and you'd turn it up, and you'd be on the air. I mean, this is how I used to do radio shows. So this Collins mixer is actually working. We put a microphone on this, and then I can transmit ham style using this transmitter. Isn't that wild?
Unbelievable. Leo, back in the day when that was new, what would your guess be that it cost?
Oh, golly, you know, I have no idea. $10,000, $20,000. I mean, these were very expensive. Mike DeRoe, he gave me quite a deal. I did pay him for it because I wanted to make sure his costs of restoration were covered. So we paid him, I think, a little under $3,000 for the transmitter and the mixer, and transportation, which was very nice. Was that right? Is that about what? More? It was more than that?
It was more than that.
Oh, well, Lisa says it was more than that, but it was still a pretty good deal, and I'm sure not even close to covering the actual cost of it. Not something everybody could have in their home, but there's apparently quite a movement among ham radio operators who like to use AM transmission to take these old classics, restore them, and use them for ham radio. It is so cool. I am really excited about this.
It's really beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? One more thing we're going to do. It has some solid-state rectifier tubes in here, but apparently we can replace those with tubes that have neon gas inside. They'll be purple, and when you speak, they vibrate. They go,
wow.
Isn't that cool? Wouldn't you like that in Disneyland?
Yeah.
That's part of our AM... rather a ham radio corner. We're going to work on this a little bit more. We got some more stuff. I just need 2 turntables and a cart machine, and we're ready to do the show. So there you go. It's the first time we've ever done this, wandered out into the studio, but here we are. Thanks to Colin and Liz and to Jeff, so that we could come out here and try this. I've never done that before. Pretty cool, huh?
That is neat. Well, you know, normally when I announce that you're going to do the turn the table turkey, other people leave. So this was a nice change where we got to stay and you left.
What do you think, Dick? Isn't that cool?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, will you be able to send me like 3 sentences on that for my website?
I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Picture and just the name of it. So I have something
It is
to go in
I'll tell you, it's a Collins. I don't even know what the model number is. Just Collins AM radio transmitter. And you can't really buy that. But there are hams. There's a whole it's a subculture within the AM amateur radio culture of people who like using AM. And they, by the way, they say if you're going to transmit with an AM tube transmitter, you also have to get an AM tube receiver. Because you can't, you have to listen on the tubes both ways. It's not for technical reasons, just aesthetic reasons.
Oh, okay.
It's just for aesthetics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And isn't that what life is all about?
Well, yeah. I mean, the real reason that exists, that's in the studio, is because I don't know if you remember, you were on the Screensaver set a few times. In the original set, we had an old IBM 370 mainframe computer on the back wall. There was a big old computer. I don't know if you remember that. One of those tape-driven computers. And it was left over from the Ziff Davis magazine operations. They had used it to manage subscriber operations and had retired it. And so we had it, and I thought it was a great set piece for the original Screensaver set. So I told Roger Ambrose, who designed that set and this set, I said, Roger, can we get one of them for the Brick House Studios? And he looked and looked, and either they're still in service, many of them are, or they're long gone. But nobody had an old mainframe computer we could use. When this came along, Bob Heil arranged this with Mike DeRoe. It's a Collins 20V, the chat room says.
Ooh, the 20V.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows the 20V.
I got that in the warehouse. Why didn't you tell me you wanted one?
You know what I really want to do? We have every year we have American Graffiti Days here in Petaluma because this is where part of the film was shot.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember that scene in American Graffiti where they go down and see Wolfman Jack in his train? It was an XRT or something like that. They drive down across the border to talk to Wolfman Jack. And he's, I want to do, because when we do American Graffiti Days, the whole town gets into it. I want to set up an old-time radio station in that window with all this gear and be Wolfman Jack and sit there and say, hey, baby, come on in, let's play some Tommy James and the Chandels, baby. It would be kind of fun to do that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a hurricane in beautiful downtown New York, New York. But let no rain, nor sleet, nor dark of night stay this eerie messenger from his appointed rounds as he visits Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play. In Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Dick DeBartolo. I don't know why I think of the Gadget Warehouse as spooky.
Oh, well, you were there. I mean, if you were there after it had closed and everybody had gone home, it would be pretty spooky.
It's kind of spooky. I guess it is kind of spooky. So what do you got for us today?
Well, you know what? I don't know if you ever had one of these or saw one of these, but this is what it looks like.
It looks familiar. Is that a hot tub remote control?
No. According to, this is what the ad says. What is this? Is it a high-tech vegetable peeler? A space-age remote control? No, I'm going to give it away now. It's the Sega arcade game.
What?
You carry in your pocket.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you know what?
Where's the screen?
The screen? Oh, it's very funny because it says, where's the screen?
My question exactly.
As you would expect, and then there's the screen. So this is, so it pops up, and there's the screen. And you know what, Leo? It's so funny. At first, I thought, oh, I left the batteries in. It's hard to see with all the reflections. And the color oozed, and it's a big mess. So what it turns out is that the background, which is an ocean, is actually painted on the screen.
Oh, boy.
And then when you, let me see if this little guy will boot. Oh, yeah, okay.
It works.
It still works. It's if you go to my website, GizWiz.Biz, you can see a screenshot.
What game was this?
This game was called Echo.
Oh, Echo the Dolphin.
Yes.
That was a great game.
Yeah. A guy named, and I found the screenshot at a guy, his name is I.B. Nelson. And on his website, he said that he was hired to take the big version of the game and take highlights of it and put it down. So this is a screenshot of how graphic this thing is. So all that color is painted on.
Oh,
and then as
wow.
you play the game, those little black lines are what gets added by this. I could not find a price on it anywhere, so I don't know what they sold for. But it was, it was kind of silly that you had this whole device for just one game, and then if you wanted to play another game, you had to buy another whole.
But don't you remember there were this was a big category of these kind of pocket arcade games. You had, remember there was poker and solitaire and football, and each one was just one game.
One game.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
and they were cheap. I mean, they weren't super expensive, but
probably like $20.
Right. It's so funny that when I was a kid, those were the video games, and we were glad, we were happy. That's about when that transmitter.
Have them.
We were just glad to have anything. They're actually, according to Radio Colin Weir, who's our streaming engineer here, he says they're very popular, about $40 on eBay right now. So you could make some money.
Really?
Yeah, they're very popular.
And someone, Micro, is saying he has the Dolphin on the 360. So it seems like when they have a game, they just put it in every.
They milk it. Yeah. Echo the Dolphin was a great game. It looked better than that on the Sega, though, on the Genesis, I got to say. It was a lot better.
Yeah, well, how big is your pocket? I mean, between this and the pen, you're out of you.
There's no more real estate. And then you add the transmitter to that, and you're really in deep trouble. It's as full as can be. Yeah, letter time. You really either you're really worried about your boat or you're kind of tired.
Did you say you had a message before the letter?
I have a little message. Shall I do the message? I just want to say buy the TriCaster.
Yeah, because the letter is very short, but the suggestion I think you're gonna really, really like, and it fits in perfectly with what we have done so far.
Does it have to do with an anatomical impossibility? No. I get those suggestions all the time.
That's next week's letter.
Do you know how we do what we do? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea at all how we do what we do?
No, I don't know why we do it either.
How or why? It ain't the transmitter. It's not that, my friends. It is, ladies and gentlemen, not that. It's that. You see how I'm switching around all over the studio? It's amazing. And that's thanks to the NewTek TriCaster 850 Extreme from newtek.com, NEWTEC.com. Even these screenshots come from NewTek. The NewTek TriCaster is essentially a TV truck in a box, a small box, a size that will fit in the rack downstairs. You can stream with it. You can switch 8 cameras. It's all high def. It is just amazing. In fact, there's features in there we're discovering every day, new features. I just discovered, for instance, it supports Apple's AirPlay, so I can actually AirPlay video from my iPad right into the TriCaster over Wi-Fi. I mean, in so many ways. The production capability, the fundamental technology that makes TWiT and all of our broadcasts, the GizWiz broadcasts, and everything else possible is the TriCaster. And you know what's cool is I can switch it from here in the studio. Colin can switch it out there in the big area out there. we have complete control over our switching, and it's compact, it's efficient, it's wonderful. It is not for everyone, but NewTek has a variety of models for the TriCaster, so you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars as we have. I just am a big fan. We've been using the TriCaster since the day I decided to do live streaming, and we've never looked back. The latest, the top of the line, all new, all redesigned TriCaster broadcast. Look at all of these great companies. TriCaster 850 Extreme. Look at all these companies who use it. BBC, MTV, NHL, Fox News, CNET, Sky News, CBS, Fox Sports, and oh yeah, this little company here. It's called TWiT. NEWTEK.com. We thank NewTek so much for the TriCaster that enables everything we do here on our amazing show. Well, okay, not so amazing. But you can't blame TriCaster for that. So, yeah. Dick, now it's time for a letter.
Yeah. Well, someone in Dale Paco in the chat room said, why don't we call this episode An Anatomical Impossibility? It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. The letter of the day is from Robert Haffer, Hafer, proud brick owner. Robert says, love the show and the new studio. After watching episode 1327 of the weekly daily GizWiz, it occurred to me that the next addition to the brick TWiT house should be a Foley booth.
Oh, absolutely.
You could do sound effects just like the live radio shows of the past. Leo, you could have a rusty chain when we do the gadget. Yeah, actually, you could just do all yourself.
I actually do want to do a Foley booth. You know why though? I want to do old time radio here on Sunday nights after TWiT. I want to put on old time radio dramas, and the way we would do it is I would have actors around microphones like they did in the old days, holding their scripts in their hands and reading out loud. And then he said. And then we'd have over in the corner, and it's going to be over in Radio Corner, a Foley booth with a guy doing all of that, have the different shoes on his hands in the sand and all of that stuff. We definitely want to do that.
Oh, yeah, and the cellophane, they sat by the fire.
Exactly.
Oh,
wouldn't that be fun? I don't know if they're, if there's any, if they're modern Foley artists. I know they do Foley for movies. I doubt very much they have shoes in sand and crackling cellophane, but I would be very curious if there's anybody around who still knows that fine art, and I would love to do that. I would really love to do that.
Yeah. If anybody's around and has all that stuff in their garage.
Yeah. Come on over. Foley with us.
We'll play.
Yeah. Thank you.
Robert, I thought that was a great idea.
Great
and
suggestion.
I knew Leah'd like it too. Yeah.
So we're checking once again on the boat cam.
How am I doing? Am I doing okay?
Looks pretty good.
I just wanted to remind people this is the last chance to play the What the Heck Is It game. It ends on the 31st, midnight, August 31st, Eastern Daylight Time, assuming New York City is still on the map.
Just go to GizWiz.Biz, scroll down a little bit there, and click that button that says, what the heck is that? What is that?
And you can win up to 30, you can win one of up to 36 copies of Mad Magazine. Yeah, no hints from me.
Looks like a plastic handle. Oh, I got it. I know what it is.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to say. I want to get a Mad Magazine. If I tell people what it is, they'll send in and they'll have a Mad Magazine, and they'll probably beat me to it.
Okay, yeah.
How many right answers have you gotten so far?
I really don't look at them until the day before the thing. I start going through them. Every once in a while, I open one up if I'm bored. But so far, no one's gotten it.
No one, as far as we know.
No one, as far as I know, has gotten it so far.
Well, Dick, I just, in all sincerity, hope you don't have any trouble at all with Hurricane Irene. I know it's arriving in about, 6 hours from right now.
Yeah, I hope not either. I mean, if I knew the boat was going to be fine, I would be very excited. And
you're not the kind of guy that puts on a slicker and kind of wanders the streets during the rain, are you?
Is that bad?
Yeah. Watch out for falling wires. They've shut down the buses and the trains.
At some point, I will definitely go down to the marina at high tide because it is awesome when you see the Hudson River at the same level as Riverside Park.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
it could happen.
Well,
could happen.
Well, I just wish you the best, and
Thank you, sir.
And survive that storm so we can come back next week and do the GizWiz, which we do every Saturday afternoon right after the Tech Guy show around about 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. That would be 2200 UTC at live.twit.tv. And, wow, look at this. There's a Volkswagen Bug trapped underneath a restaurant. So I'm not sure where this is. This is a Ustream
I hope this
stream.
is not my drop cam.
This is not your drop. Dick, oh my God, I don't know what's happened, but the view has shifted.
This whole building just floated into the marina.
Wow. So this is a Ustream feed, but I think this is probably North Carolina or the Outer Banks, somewhere like that. But dude, take care of yourself, Dick. Stay inside, stay dry, stay warm. We'll talk to you next week on the Daily GizWiz.
I'll be.
Yay.